So I'm with Walt, who's a treasure hunter, a researcher, an explorer, and has been doing it for, man, maybe longer than me. I've been doing it since 1982. I don't know how long you've been doing this.
79.
79, so longer than me. Anyways, he's got a few stories to tell us, and man, Walt, tell us some of your stories.
Sure enough. In 1983, while I was back in the Caballos, doing research and looking for some other things that had come across in some old maps and whatnot, and I was out in a particular pass again, and I met a different Indian. He was younger. He was probably in his 60s, I'd say. We started a conversation, and I invited him into my camp. We had coffee. I made him some bacon and eggs and things like that. And we started chatting, and he says, "I got something to show you." And I said, "Okay," you know, because I know that place out there. There's a lot to see. He said, "I've got something to show you," and so we got up and we walked probably 5 miles in the desert, and this was up the Jornada going north. We came to this small hill all by itself, and in the hill on the back side there was a large rock. He moved the rock away, and he went first. He went down inside. And he had flashlights and I had flashlight. Went down inside. We were walking down the natural slope, probably 30 feet down. We walked around a corner, and here was an old Indian propped up against the rock, just like this. His hands was on his thighs like this, and he was dead. He was petrified. I poked his skin again, and it felt like leather. And he had this bag tied around him, and I asked the Indian, the Native American, I said, "What's in that pouch there around his neck?" And he said, "I couldn't touch it, but he did." So he opened up the pouch, and he dumped out one nugget, one big gold nugget. And it was like, wow, you know? And he said, "There's more of these near here, in a cave." And I said, "Well, would you show me?" Naturally, I would say something like that, being inquisitive. And he said no, but he gave me the general area to look for it.
So this cave, was it a cave, a mine that this rock was in front of?
It was a natural cave. It wasn't a cavern. It was just a cave. It was the entrance was all. Let's see, what would you say? Limestone. And then the farther you went back in, it was granite. And then it started to turn into limestone again. And as we went down, you could see that it was a well-traveled path. But I thought that it might be, you know, where the older Indians go to die. And I asked him that. I said, why is he here? And he said, because there's some Apaches that believe that before they die, they don't want to die with their people. They want to go away and die by themselves. Yeah. And I'd never heard that before, but I did a little research on it, and that actually is true. For some tribes, there's some Indian chiefs who will do that. And
did he know who this Indian was?
He had no idea. He had no idea, but his grandmother showed him this place.
So this one Indian was the only one in there. Did he put that nugget back on the pouch and stuff?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. And you know, he said, you know, I'm not going to desecrate this. Yep. This is taboo for me. Yep. If I do something, then I'm in big trouble. Yep. You know, but yeah, his grandmother showed him where this was.
What do you think? There's a reason why he showed you?
You know, the darndest thing, Terry, this is the second time an Indian has entrusted me, I guess, to take me and show me things and tell me about things. And the Indian that I went down into the cave with, he said, "You're an honest man." And I said, "Well, how do you know that? You don't even know me." And he said, "I can tell."
And you've kept that. You haven't ever told anybody.
You're the first person, Terry, I've ever told that to.
Yeah, you got to keep. You know, they trusted you with that. You got to keep that trust.
Yeah, yeah. I subsequently found out that the young Native American who showed me that passed. So I guess that's one reason why I shared that with you, because I wouldn't be infringing upon, you know, my word to him, saying I wouldn't divulge any information as to where it was.
Yeah, and don't divulge that information.
I never would divulge it to anyone. Yep.
Good for you.
Yep.
And with that said, man, that's a wrap. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.